Hi, this is catch up period. I moved from Saskatoon to Calgary, and of course, with that comes a lot of other things that you need to do. Anyway, today we're going to be reviewing April 8th's episode of Dynamite. This was during the TNT Championship Tournament, QT Marshall's workout area, COVID travel restrictions, no fans era, or whatever you want to call it. Number one was Lance Archer. He defeated Allen Angels. It was just the same thing as you always think. Like, I made a note here. I'll read the note. And, like, he easily dominated this match. He threw Angels across the ring and completely manhandled him. I mean, Allen Angels did manage like a few punches and kicks and that, and he did stumble Archer, but that was because then he ran to the ropes and went back to Archer, and then Archer just flattened him. Of course, he did his blackout finisher, which is cool. I like that. And he won. For me, I give that like a 2 point. No. Oh man, I give that like a 1.5 out of 5. 1.5 stars because that was just, it was terrible. It was just a quick squash match, and it was the same repetition all the time. No. Second one was Sheeta versus Britt Baker. This match is my selection for female match of the year. I have watched all the female matches this year, and nothing has come close to what Sheeta and Britt Baker did. That was crazy. The notes I have on this match, easily the best women's match AEW's ever done, period, in my opinion. It was like a main event, high profile, like pay-per-view match. I mean, Sheeta and Baker pounded the hell out of each other. Baker, she got a broken nose, bleeding profusely, like giggling and laughing about it. Just maniacal, man. That's crazy. There was like a lot of back and forth, fantastic offense, but of course Sheeta in the end won with a running knee to the face. That's stupid. Britt Baker should have been the women's champion a number of times right now. If she never wins that title, that's going to be the stupidest shit I've ever seen. But this match is the best female match I've seen AEW do yet. Like, hands down, nothing comes close to this match at all. This is like 10 out of 5 stars, 5 out of 5 stars, definitely. Best Friends versus Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa. That was a crap match. I do not like it. It was horrible. Nakazawa was just going on with his stupid, like, G-string and the oil and just being just stupidly ridiculous, and the match kept droning on and on and on. They were obviously trying to fill time because they didn't have a lot of wrestlers then, because they were in QT Marshall's training facility in Georgia, because when COVID happened, restrictions locked everybody down where they were. Like, it was like that for a few weeks. Like a month or a month and a half, I believe. Okay. Only now, August 22nd or September 2nd is going to be the first time fans have been in attendance. Before All Out, September 5th. But anyway, today we're reviewing April 8th. Yeah, that match I give like 2 out of 5 stars. I mean, there was offense, and anytime a match is that long, you're going to get a number of good segments. It's just because you're bound to get something if you put enough out there, right? So if you make a match long enough, you'll have a few good spots, but it was just stupid, and all the silliness from Nakazawa just totally took away anything that the match could present as making you feel like it's competitive. Too long. They put Best Friends over 4 out of 10, or 2 out of 5, whatever you want to call it. Brody Lee defeats Lee Johnson. Brody Lee has a presence about him that makes even a squash matches entertaining. Johnson did manage some offensive. Johnson, he didn't really do anything of note. Brody Lee was exceedingly powerful and agile and just totally won the match. This was just a quick squash match. Like, Lee Johnson didn't do anything, really. He ran a couple of times and might have bumped into him. I think that was about it. 1.5 out of 5 or 3 out of 10. Cody Rhodes and Sean Spears, 6 out of 10, definitely. If they would have stayed in the ring and not fucked around with hardcore shit, I would have gave this like an 8 out of 10. But they did that shit. But like, this was a really good match. This was Cody Rhodes versus Sean Spears in the first round of the tournament for the TNT Championship. I mean, this was a long, competitive, apparently no disqualifications match that actually leaves you wondering who's going to last longest to reach the victory. Cody is backdrop through a table, snap suplex onto a steel barricade section, as Sean Spears really laid it all on the line. Cody went on to win the match, but did not do so without massive competitive competition from Sean Spears. Man, Sean Spears really gave it into them, and 6 out of 10 is not a loss from Sean Spears' performance at all. Not at all. It's definitely because they use tables and they've used like steel barricades and they use chairs and stuff. It was a hardcore match, and I don't. If it wasn't that, it would get 8 out of 10. Definitely. Maybe even 8.5 out of 10, but that took away from the match, in my opinion. But if you're the type of person where when you see that stuff, it doesn't take away from the match for you, then you'll think that this match is like 8 out of 10, or like you'll probably think this match is way better. But overall, this was overall this episode felt very competitive. All the wrestlers, they really did give it their all, man. I gotta say, like, going back and watching the episodes now from January right up until October 22nd, Saturday, one thing I do have to say is that, like, this is actually one of my favorite episodes. Like, during this time, that's actually my series of favorite episodes because, like, the matches are just incredible. Just incredible. Yeah, it was a really... I give this episode an 8 out of 10. It was good. It was competitive. There was about 20 minutes of video packages and promos that they kind of blocked together. It would have been better for them to separate it out as to where they were relevant, but I think it seemed like things were in such a rush they couldn't do that, so they just kind of put it all together and added it in there. So, I mean, you're pressed for time, I guess, when suddenly, like, from 1 second to the next, you can't go anywhere. Right, I mean, when you're a wrestling promotion the size of AEW, like your people are traveling all the time. I mean, they had to let people go who lived in the United Kingdom. I mean, the Yuka Sakazaki and Rio and Emi Sakura are over in Japan. They can't wrestle here. Thank fucking God. Thank God. I can't stand them. They're terrible. Rio sucks. She never should have been the women's champion. Like, all she does is the double stomp. It's fucking stupid. But this episode, April 8th, the first round of the TNT Championship Tournament being featured here, very excellent, excellent, excellent. 8 out of 10.